So the first thing I've done with the body is you'll see that I filled the area where the, as Pete Wiley would call it, a wibbly wobbly would come through. I don't have the long aerial or the need for the long aerial. Mine's more of the smaller stubby type aerial. So I've filled this hole in, and how I've gone about that is with a bit of milliput, and I've on the underneath here, you can see there I've glued a piece of plastic board in there. I've cut a piece out just to blank the hole off and used the Yoo-hoo glue so it welds to the plastic, and that's from the underside, so you're not going to see that bit. And then the top I've then filled with the milliput, and I've let that set for 24 hours and then sanded it down. And while I was there, I've started to give the body a key with some 1500 grit wet and dry, because I want the primer to grab onto that body. So I've spent about an hour or so now just trying to, I don't know if the light's going to pick this out, but I've just tried to take the shine off the body with some 1500 wet and dry, and just trying to get that dull matte finish on the body. I don't know if the camera could pick it out, but I've kind of done that all the way around, and on the top you might find there's some little areas where I can't get in with the 1500, but the majority of it is. So kind of there. I might just give it one more once over and then a clean, and we should be ready for the primer coat. Okay, so we are pressing on with doing the bodywork. So the bodywork I've re-rubbed down and re-washed again. Another bout of 1500 grit paper. Go around and just put a key on there so it's a nice dull surface. I'm fairly happy with that now, so I'm hoping that the primer will have something to bite onto. And again, I've also done the wheels, sort of concentrating on these inner areas and the outer areas of each of the wheels on both sides of the wheels, to get a key again. So you can see there's a bit more shiny on the inside, a bit more dull on this side. Again, that's where I've just used the wet and dry paper, and hopefully that will give the primer something to bite onto on each of the four wheels. They've had a wash. I'm just going to let them dry and yeah, hopefully get on with the spraying. Right, so here we have the wheels that have been keyed with a wet and dry paper, and this is my homemade wheel holder so that I can spray both sides of the wheel at the same time. So these wheels are going to live in here for a little bit. So that's the fronts of the wheels, and yeah, all I've done was a couple of pieces of cardboard, off cuts of cardboard, cut a shape, use a bit of hot glue, not glue, to support the edges in here. It's not completely straight, but it's enough to hold the wheels so that I can spray them. There you are. So that's the wheels, and this is the body. It's been keyed and it's ready for the primer coat. Hopefully, there we are. Hopefully it'll be ready for spraying, and we can go and hit the spray booth. Well, my homemade spray booth anyway. So we're going to start the painting process off, and going to give the body an undercoat using this, and we're going to give it a top coat using this. Yeah, this is a couple of coats of primer onto the wheels in my wheel holder, as you can see there, and getting there on that side, and of course not forgetting a couple of coats of primer on the body. And that's all, just letting that cure really. Oops, excuse the shadow. And yeah, so just letting that cure, and so that it looks rather nice. So the wheels and the body are basking in the sunshine. Lovely. And then all we need to do is the next bit. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Gears, What do you think? Good? No? Not interested? No? Well, Mr. Giz is not very interested. Well, we'll see. Hey, on to the next. So we're in the spray booth, my homemade spray booth down at the bottom of the garage. The wheels have had their 2 coats of silver to bring them to look like alloys. And you can see the little boxing actually helps so you can spray both sides of the wheels. And there you are, so that's the wheels. So after many hours of doing spraying and detail work, you can see here this is the sort of middle stage now of the painting. Yeah, we can see I've touched in the silver here, handles, the little key entry, the indicators here and here, and same again on this side. And the rear, you can see that I've put some silver outline for the number plate area, and the rear lights, you can see I've put the orange and the exterior bezel on each side, and the little indicator, and you can see a little hole here, 5mm or 5.5mm hole for the LED, which is going to pop through from the underside. So we're back down in the spray booth, and what I've done here is I've put some of the TS, I think it's TS13, yeah, so good old TS13, giving it 1 coat onto the bodywork, so you sort of see there, and it's in there, so that's just curing, leaving it to cure. A little bit of TS13 on the wheels, as you can see there. That's going to help with the curing of the wheels and hopefully give it a little bit of protection when we're out and about. But yeah, so there we are. So that's that bit done. We're going to need to leave that now to cure and come back and do another coat. We are now on step 26, and 26 we're going to attach our lovely chrome works, so our sides, our rear bumper and our front bumper assembly, using the BB1s, which are the 3x8mm self-tapping screws, 8 of those, and 2 of the BB2s, which are the 3x12mm self-tapping screws. We're going to follow the drawing and attach it to the bodywork. And I'm going to try and do this, but without revealing too much about the bodywork, because I'd like to reveal that more secretly later on. You catch my drift. So yeah, I'm just going to explain what I'm doing, and it is a simple step, just really screwing these to the bodywork. So the first part of this step 26 is to pop the front onto the chassis, and you do that by attaching the 3x12mm, the BB2s here, and screw those in, and you screw from the other sides into the sides. You screw the 3x8mm into there, like so. So that's that part in. The rear bumper, you use the 3x8mm self-tapping screws to screw in through the back, and just need to make sure that the little bits where you've cut off, they're facing down, because you don't want to see those from the top end. And the 2 side exhausts, they screw in from the side again using the 3x8mm screws, and they go in here and here. Right, so that's the brightwork installed. Right, we are on the finishing steps, as you can see. So we're now on step 27 and really step 28, which is all about putting the decals and making sure you've painted the body to how you want it, and attaching the body to the chassis. These two steps are a combination for me. So after many hours, I have painted and I have decaled my body, and it is ready for the chassis. So here we have it. This is my version of the Tamiya Lunchbox. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank Peter Smith of CW01 Creations for giving me this opportunity and building this great kit. This is a lovely model. Peter, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is a lovely model. I've enjoyed every minute of building this, and it's come out really well. I'm very happy indeed with this. I've got a little bit of basic setups to do, but other than that, the model is complete. I've got the LEDs at the front. I've got those lovely chrome effect wheels. I've got the LEDs at the back. And yes, there you are. It's my version of the Tamiya Lunchbox. Mr. Smith, I salute you. Thank you, sir, for all your help and guidance. Not only has Peter Smith gifted me this lovely model, he's guided me through what I should be doing, where I should be setting up, and the optional parts as well. I thank you so much. This is my first ever Tamiya Lunchbox, and I've enjoyed this one very much, and will enjoy running it. Anyway, there you are. Great model. Take care. All the best. On to the next.